Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host. Well, we made it, folks. We are now down to the top 10 best movies of 2025. Yes, these are the best movies that I have reviewed for this channel and this series. And I thought it would be a great way to close out the year. Well, not really close out the year, but I figured we go ahead and take a look at the top 10, as I said, top 10 best movies of 2025. Now, as usual, like last 2 years, I start with honorable mentions and then I go to the best list. So, yeah, without further ado, we'll start with the honorable mentions. Now, these are not in any order because I don't rate them. But, so yeah. So, without further ado, let's start with the first honorable mention. Kicking it off. So yeah, let's start the first honorable mention, and that's EdTV from 1999. This is Ron Howard's film about reality television, and this is a great movie. Now, the reason I didn't put this on the honorable mentions list is because it was a little bit too long. This movie's almost about 2 hours and 4 minutes, and it kind of drags. Like, the first half was good. But it drags near the end, and that's why it's on the list. But the film is basically just about an average. McConaughey plays basically an average 9-to-5 guy, works at a rental store who becomes a reality television star and becomes a superstar. So, yeah. Now, before I continue with the next one, I want to let you guys know I will have links to those reviews in the video description so you guys can check out my review of those. So yeah, EdTV. Like I said, good movie. Stacked cast right there. Matthew McConaughey, Jenna Elfman, Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Hurley, Dennis Hopper, Sally Kirkland, Martin Landau, and so on, and among others, Clint Howard as well. So yeah, so that's on there. Next up is another movie from 1999, Being John Malkovich. Yes, this is the film basically about people who go into the mind of John Malkovich. And this is another really well-made movie. It's a bizarre movie. Spike Jonze is a director who's extremely bizarre. And if you know his style of directing, check this movie out. It's actually really good. But yeah, it's just so strange. And I have a Malkovich film on my top 10 list, but it's not this, and you'll find out when we get to that. So, yeah, so Being John Malkovich, John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener, good cast in that. The next honorable mention, well, next up is The Motorcycle Diaries. This is a foreign language film from Spain, and basically it's a road picture. And another really good movie. This came really close, and yeah, very powerful. It's a friendship story, it's a road picture, it's put that all together and you got yourself a masterpiece in filmmaking. But sadly, it's on the honorable mentions. So I just had so many other movies that were better. So next up, we're going to, in Motorcycle Diaries is 2004. Yeah, 2004. So we got Casper from 1995. Good family movie though. This is a movie I remember seeing in theaters as a kid, and I still think it holds up to this day. Just picked up the Blu-ray. I did watch the DVD, so yeah, good movie. I really like this movie. As I said, I will have there'll be links in the bottom for these reviews. So yeah, this is the only DreamWorks movie honorable mention is Sam Mendes' Road to Perdition. I came very close to putting this on the list, but I've seen it before. That's why it's not on my list. But a really good movie. I also want to mention again, I pronounced the actor who played Michael Sullivan Jr. I said it's Tyler Holcomb. It is Tyler Holcomb, but I said Tyler Hoechlin when it's actually Tyler Holcomb. And this was his debut long before he was going to play Clark Kent, aka Superman, for the CW series Superman and Lois. So kind of interesting. But yeah, really good movie. It's a Prohibition movie, a comic book movie set in the 30s. Tom Hanks, Paul Newman, Jude Law, Daniel Craig, such a slime ball in that movie, and just great cast, great movie. I have a Tom Hanks DreamWorks movie on my list. So again, full reviews of them on there. That's 2002. So we got Ben on the River from 1955. So this is another one. This is a Jimmy Stewart Western. And I kind of was a little too hard on the movie. Maybe I could have rated higher. But I will say this again. This is a great movie. My only problem was the lighting. I wish the lighting was slightly better. I could have gave it a 4 out of 5, but I don't know why I gave it 3 out of 5. But regardless, it's a great Western. I got a few more Jimmy Stewart Westerns in my collection that I will get to review down the road. So, yeah, Anthony Mann directed. Julie Adams is great. Arthur Kennedy. The whole cast is just great. Cinematography, everything about the movie is great. And yeah, so we got Ouija Origins of Evil. This is actually from, I believe, 2016. And really, really good movie. It's a prequel, so it's a prequel sequel. So you can watch them, or you can watch this first, or you can watch that. But I would just say ignore Ouija and just watch Origins of Evil. It's way better. It's a 60s horror movie done right. It's a horror movie set in the 60s with phenomenal performance. Lulu Wilson is incredible in this. And she is just so good in this. So check out Ouija Origins of Evil. I'm not going to stay too long. We have the Christian movie that almost made on the list until another Christian movie outbeat it, and that's 90 Minutes in Heaven. And I thought this was a great story. One of the better religious movies I've ever watched. I shouldn't say Christian, but religious. This is one of the better religious movies I watched. And I thought it was like a well-made movie. Probably by far Hayden Christensen's best. Hayden Christensen and Kate Bosworth. Like I said, one of the better movies. Basically a story about a man who passes on, goes to heaven. He's given a second chance in life to go through to basically get his life back. And it's a fascinating story. The real person based on this is interesting. I can't think of his name. I forget. Don Piper. And he's just incredible. Makes you think about the way I look at a movie. But yeah, I believe I have them right. Yeah, and and the only 80s movie to make an honorable mentions list is Legal Eagles, Ivan Reitman's film, courtroom drama. Really good. Another one that almost made on the list, but I did at the last minute change it. This was actually going to be on the 10 best. But it's a courtroom drama directed by Ivan Reitman. Stellar performances. Robert Redford, Deborah Winger, Daryl Hannah. Incredible movie. It's a story about a woman trying to get her father's art collection back, and she gets arrested and has to go to trial. So she hires Redford. The two of them date in the movie, and he is her colleague. You have to watch the movie to find out, but a really good movie. I'll have a review of that. If you want to see the full review, just click the link on the bottom of the video. And the last honorable mentions before we go to the 10 best, and that's another Tom Hanks movie, and that's Charlie Wilson's War, Mike Nichols' swan song. This is Mike Nichols' last movie, and what a movie. He went out with a bang, and all the performances are great. Incredible movie. I love Charlie Wilson's War. It is a great movie. It's on the honorable mentions because I found a better Tom Hanks movie that made it on the list, and I still recommend you see Charlie Wilson's War. It is a masterpiece in filmmaking. So, yeah, so push them over there. And now, we will now officially go to, and now, let's move on to the top 10. I'll grab that stack here. And we're going to go to the top 10. Now we're at the top 10. So, without further ado, we're going to start the list with number 10, Somewhere in Time. This is a move. This is a time travel film. Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour. It's a time travel film. Amazing movie. It is basically about a man from the 1970s who goes back all the way to 1910 to discover a woman he fall in love with. And it's really good, powerful performances. And it's the ending that makes you think. The ending is so good, heartbreaking. You'll have to see it to believe it. Not gonna tell you the ending, but you'll have to watch it. But still, this is a movie that's directed by Janat Schwartz. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And yeah, this is great. So that's number 10. Let's move on to number 9. Catch Me If You Can. This is Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks. This is one of the Tom Hanks movies I put on the list. This is the one that beat Charlie Wilson's War. I had to go back and forth to see which of these worked. And Catch Me If You Can work. It's basically about a story about a man who cons a lot of people in the 1960s. And he goes around doing different jobs until Hanks plays the detective that catches up to him. One of my favorite lines in the movie that DiCaprio says, "You're going to have to catch me if you can. You're going to have to catch me for it." And then he's like, "Merry Christmas!" He throws up paper, then he catches him. And yeah, it's a fascinating story. There's a Johnny Carson interview from '78, and he tells the whole story. I did watch a little bit of that, and incredible man. Just how such an amazing movie. It tells you that he just cons so many people. Basically, he's a con artist, but at the end of it, it has a very sweet ending that I'm not going to tell, but still, one of the better movies. Steven Spielberg made this. So good. And yeah, so there you go. Now which one is that? Oh yeah, number 8 is the movie that beat 90 Minutes in Heaven, and that's The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything, a VeggieTales movie. Yes, I finally put a VeggieTales movie. Let me go ahead and run this down again. I'm not religious. Even though I've watched VeggieTales before as a kid, I never really watched it that much. But this movie to me feels more like a movie and not just Bible verse, throw religion down your throat. This movie feels like a family movie. And that's what makes this VeggieTales installment different. The characters are so likable. The songs are actually pretty good. The CG for a 2008 movie are actually better than the CG from those other VeggieTales episodes that you would see. But yeah, it's really good. I was surprised. Larry the Cucumber, they go back all the way to the pirate era, and it starts out of play, then they drop down. So it has Larry the Cucumber, Mount Lint, and Papa Grape, and all of them go back in time. I kind of wish Bob the Tomato was in this, so whatever. If you haven't seen this, definitely check this out. I may even watch this down the road again just as myself to see, and that's why it's number 8 on the list. So check it out if you want to. So yeah, number 7 is a Johnny Depp movie directed by John Waters, and that's Cry Baby. This movie is really, really good. This one almost landed at number 1. We'll get to that when I get to it. But still, this is a really, really good movie, and it's set in the 50s, and John Waters has a love for making movies set in the 50s. It has a very 50s feel. In fact, the Universal logo. This is not a Focus Features movie, so just like I said, ignore the Focus Features logo. This movie was Universal. It was made before the studio was created. And the studio didn't get created until 2002. But I'm getting a hold of myself. I like this movie. The songs are great. A good cast in this as well. We got, like I said, we got Susan Trial, Iggy Pop, Ricky Lake, Tracy Lords. And Susan Trial was the voice of Claudia in the Chipmunks Adventures, a movie I covered on the channel. But still, this is a really good movie. I just love everything about it. And it's just, I love these like movies set in the 50s. And I love that time period and that era. So that is number 7. So this is the last DreamWorks movie that made on the list. So we got some that's even better Well, yeah, you'll find out. And that's The Uninvited. So, yeah, Uninvited's number 6. And the reason that's number 6 is because of its ending. Had the ending not been great, it probably would have been lower, and Catch Me If You Can would have been higher. But as a DreamWorks film, it's really good. It's actually a remake to a Korea film called Tale of Two Sisters. And the performances are just great. Emily Browning, who's just incredible. I love the sentimental moments of her bonding with the sister, from just having conversations to jumping off a cliff, and from conversations to cliff diving. So yeah, really, really good movie. The ending is what really, I was sitting there like stone faced. I was just like gasping. I'm like, oh my God, what is she going to do now? And it's like putting a puzzle, and what I like to call the pendulum swings. So that kind of thing. And just, like I said again, it's all about that pendulum swinging. I just came up with that, know how I did, but it's really good. And yeah, folks, the pendulum swings, as I usually say. But anyways, number 5 is a Van Damme film that I think is even better than Lionheart, a movie I cover on the channel, and that's John Woo's Hard Target. Now, Hard Target is a fun movie. It's an action comedy. Van Damme knows how it is, and this is a great movie, and it's number 5 because of how hammy the acting is. I'm sitting there like loving every moment of it. Basically, he's an action star. Not action star, but I want to say he's a cop. I don't think. But he goes after Lance Hendrickson, who's the main baddie. He has a relationship with his uncle, played by Wilford Brimley, the Liberty Medical guy. And everything about it is great. The ending is so satisfying. It's just everything about it. And I think this is Jean-Claude Van Damme's best role I have watched him in, but check it out. I'd say just watch the movie. It's available on everything. So it's available on every format. So number 4. Now the next 2 movies, the number 4 and number 3 spot, are both Focus Features titles. We'll start with the number 4 Focus Features movie, and this is the I believe the 4th George Clooney / Joel Ethan Coen collab, and that's Burn After Reading. This is amazing. Burn After Reading plays more like a comedy that's just not really much of comedy, but it feels like comedy, and just you have all these characters, and they combine together. Again, the pendulum swings. So as I said before, it's really, 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 really well made, and Coen Brothers is knocked out of the park. There's a small part by the burglar from Home Alone 3 is in it, in a small role. But I loved everything about this movie, and just, it is so fun. George Clooney, Frances McDormand, John Malkovich. So we got a John Malkovich movie on the list. Tilda Swinton and Brad Pitt. And just, this has now become my new favorite Focus Features movie. Highly recommend you see Burn After Reading. Good stuff. And the number 3 Focus Features movie on here, and it is a crime film, and that's In Bruges. And In Bruges is really, really good. I loved this movie. And it's set in London, so it has a very London feel. This is a Martin McDonagh film. This has Colin Farrell, Brandon Gleeson, Ray Fiennes, and just those performances again are Oscar-nominated performance. Basically, have 2 men that are going after this guy, and they're just trying to make it through. It also has a guy from the direct-to-video American Pie movies. He's in it, plays a buddy of Farrell's. But highly recommend you check this out, and just, it's so much fun. I bought this years ago at a Dollar General, but I never got to review this until now, and I'm glad I did, because it's a near masterpiece. So I did put Burn After Reading at number 4, which was Brad Pitt. How about another Brad Pitt film at number 2, Inglourious Basterds? Yes, Brad Pitt is amazing in the lead. So many good lines. Quentin Tarantino knows how to quote everything. This is how you make a World War II film. I ultimately feel like I don't want to kind of compare it to Wolfenstein 3D, but I kind of will say it's, you like the Wolfenstein series, this almost has a very Wolfenstein feel. It mixes like 1940s with contemporary music. So you'll hear the song from Cat People by David Bowie in there. And it's just really good. This is the only time Eli Roth acted, and I think he's a better actor than the director. I mean, the cast is just amazing. You got Brad Pitt, Christoph Waltz, Michael Fassbender, Eli Roth, Diane Kruger, Daniel Brott, the guy from Rush, the Ron Howard movie, and Ty Schwartzkopf. Everybody in this is amazing. Give them all Oscars. And I think Christoph Waltz did win the Oscar for Best Actor, no, Best Supporting Actor. And the ending is so chilling. It's very graphical, but that's what makes this movie so good. So here we go, folks. Let's go ahead and reveal it. The number one best movie of 2025 is Greedy. Now, this is a movie I originally had number 4, but I decided to go ahead and throw it in the number 1 spot, and here is why. This is a comedy done right. You have stacked cast, check. You have slapstick comedy, check. You have timing right, check. Pacing, dialogue, everything, check. Put all those together and you got yourself a cinematic masterpiece. Well, a comedy masterpiece is what I meant to say. Michael J. Fox is incredible in this, and I loved his character. Everybody was great. So I'll run down the cast real quick. We have Michael J. Fox, we have Kirk Douglas, we have Olivia d'Havilland, Ed Begley Jr., Phil Hartman, Colin Camp, among others. And it's just, everybody is just great. Kevin McCarthy is in as a lawyer. And that scene where we're in the firm trying to discuss the money, so many great lines. The lines I love is great, especially the standout in this movie is Colin Camp as the one I believe cousin. So they're trying to, the scenes, so many good scenes. They confront their uncle's wife and question her about something. It's just so great. So many great lines. Phil Hartman is incredible. Everybody in this is just stellar cast. Jonathan Linder directed, appears as the butler. Everybody in this is so good. Check out Greedy, a masterpiece in comedy, in my opinion. And that's why it's number 1. And that's why it's the number 1 movie of 2025 for this year's Hidden in the Universal Vault. So that's it, guys. Wow. 5 years of Hit UV. 5 years of the series. And I'm looking forward to the next year. 2026 is going to be bigger and better. And it's going to be a ton of fun. I got so many stuff lined up. Don't go anywhere. Hit UV isn't over yet. I got 2 movies next week to be checking out. And hopefully it will be an even better year. And hopefully we'll get some better movies in there. Well, those ones are great, but it's going to even be better. So, yeah, I think that's really about it. And yeah, so many great movies though. So, I think that's it. Yeah, and that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.